Testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's so windy. It's so windy right here. Still pretty windy, so that spot didn't really work out too well for me, so I'm just gonna kind of walk to the car and maybe find someplace else. Today is actually like 60 degrees and it's December 27th. From what I remember growing up, we actually had snow like all throughout December, and occasionally we'd have snow on like Thanksgiving. So clearly the times are changing. And in case if you're wondering, yes, I came into work on my day off just to go water plants because I'm a great plant dad. Not the best, but pretty good. Pretty up there, I'd say. Well, that's a lot of wind. That's a lot, and a lot of cars. By the way, if you're by any chance new here, a few videos ago I kind of mentioned that I was starting to do FPV filmmaking. I put some time into the simulator, and now I actually got my own FPV drone, which I immediately crashed the first time I flew it, and I ended up having a little bit of an in-flight fire. Nothing too major or anything. I was just an idiot and I didn't strap everything down correctly, and basically the pin adapter was still hanging out of the drone. I didn't tie that down. It got caught in the propeller. That ended up causing a little bit of a fire, but it wasn't that bad, I promise. It was like really small, fried some of the pins, and that's it. Everything works great, and now I know what I need to tie down, what goes where on the drone during flight. And then I flew around a big open field. I knew I needed all that open space just to fly around. I had so much anxiety flying this thing, and I think a big part of it was the goggles, just kind of wearing them for the first time and being immersed in FPV. These things really put you in the perspective of the drone as if you yourself are flying. So when I see people standing up with this thing on, kudos to you. I don't know how you do it. I have to sit down when I fly FPV. I'm sure that feeling will definitely go away the more I fly, and I essentially started this hobby right before wintertime, so the weather has not been the best. I really am going to try to fly as much as I can during the winter season. But yeah, I think one of those tiny drones with a little naked GoPro on it would be kind of cool to fly around the apartment. That way I'm not just sitting around losing that skill. I'll go ahead and post some of the highlights from a very, very boring flight. And just real quick, I filmed this whole thing on the GoPro Hero 10 Black Edition with some Polar Pro ND filters. I highly recommend these. They just make everything look amazing. And it looks like I used the ND32 on my last flight, so enjoy. So despite crashing in the end, I actually really enjoyed flying FPV. It's an exciting hobby, but it's also a really expensive one at that. Learned that the hard way. At first I was having a little bit of buyer's remorse, but then the more I flew, the more I got into it, I realized, yep, this is something that I need to learn. This is something that I'm actually having a lot of fun with as well. It wasn't just a required skill. It's something that I actually really kind of learned to love and appreciate, and just kind of seeing how other people fly is just so interesting to me now. It's actually really cool and it's a lot of fun. I'm currently out hunting for Pokemon in Pokemon Go. I'm trying to find myself a shiny Snorunt, but I can't really seem to find any. Preferably a shiny female Snorunt, so I can evolve it into one of my favorite Ice-type Pokemon. Nope. I wanted to mention in this vlog why I haven't been doing this as much recently, and there are two reasons. Firstly being, I have just nothing to vlog about. Everything seems kind of boring. And two, I was sick for about a week. I had a fever of about 104, and at first we thought it was COVID because I had a positive COVID test, of course. Oddly enough, it was actually a false positive. The entire time I was just so mad at myself. How did I get it? Why was I not careful? Who did I get it from? I just had so many questions, and we found out it was actually just a bacterial infection. Still not entirely sure how I got that, to be honest. But yeah, I'm just kind of happy to be back and have time to do something like this in my free time. One of the things that I'm really curious about is how I've been doing on YouTube. So, at the time of recording this video, I have about 177 views on my last video, which compared to my other videos is quite a huge leap in view count. Let's go ahead and take a look at the comments. That's something I haven't really done before. I also don't really have a whole lot of comments, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read them all. First one is from Josh Davis. I'm gonna assume that he's saying the new Halo is the best, bro, you will see. Next comment is from Zach Miller. Super cool, Austin. Thanks. And then the last comment is from Adam Casagrande. A shine a black light on the front of the console. There's more to it than the eye can see. I did hear about that. Apparently there's like a constellation. Definitely gonna have to check that out. As far as Halo Infinite goes, I've been having a really great time playing it actually. The base gameplay alone is just magnificent. Although I do have a problem with a lot of things surrounding it, such as the customization and the in-store shop. It's more than a little in your face. And it goes against a lot of what the company was saying before the game released. The company said that they were highly against FOMO, fear of missing out, but that's entirely what the shop is, FOMO marketing. I did end up beating the campaign, and I do have a lot of opinions about that, but that is way too long for this one video. My favorite equipment to use in the multiplayer, as you can see, is the repulsor. I really hope that after the holiday break, that 343 can come back and fix all these issues. With all of that being said, I'm actually really enjoying the game, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. We are almost out of daylight, which means I should probably go ahead and get out of the woods. I guess I'll go ahead and end the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing new year. And before this video ends, just one last check. Nope.